Hello planning mashers and welcome to week 49 Plan With Me video. As always, we're setting up my weekly and talking some bullet journal. This month my theme is Harry Potter, and Sorting Hat always puts me in Gryffindor, so all my weeklies will be Gryffindor themed. There are also going to be characters from Harry Potter books on each weekly spread. I hope you can guess which character I have on this one. And I will link down below two ladies who really inspired me to draw these characters, because usually I'm not really good at drawing people, but I can do some cartoony drawings, and these two fantastic creators really helped me to bring my idea on my bullet journal pages. Now, let's talk some bullet journal. I wanted to talk today about the 3 mistakes which I made when I started bullet journaling, and I feel like I would love to warn you about them and to make sure that you don't waste your time with this like I did. First one is modeling your journal after others. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be inspired by other accounts and try the different pages and designs. That's fine. I'm saying that you should never feel pressured to use certain pages and certain designs if they don't work for you just because somebody else is doing it. Now, it's really easy to go down that road, especially with everything we see on Instagram and Pinterest, but it's really not how bullet journal is supposed to work. It's your journal and you're supposed to create this system that works for you, not for somebody else. So don't make my mistakes and just try to work out what works best for you. Always experiment. I always encourage that. But if something doesn't work, don't feel obligated to use it anyways just because somebody else does. Now, the second thing is something I've been struggling with a lot, and that is having the pages you did not use. That was killing me when I had ordinary planners, but with bullet journal I found that it's very different. Why? Because even if you did not use these pages, they are very valuable. You created them with your heart, you had fun doing it, and that's the value these pages bring you. Now, if you're still bothered by not using them, there's a million ways you can reuse them. You can create a different page on top of it. You can add a printable on top of it, or you can just create a collage. But it's totally fine if you don't and just leave it empty. The third thing I wanted to talk about is the supplies. Now, when you start bullet journaling, it really feels like you have to buy everything, and it gets overwhelming pretty easily, and it feels like you need to be a millionaire to afford all these things. This really is not true. To start a bullet journal, all you need is a notebook and a pen. And honestly, I would recommend you to do the same thing I did and start from some cheap pens and maybe a cheap notebook as well. Because when you're starting, you have no idea what kind of supplies you'll need. You don't know what's going to fit your style. When I started bullet journaling, I spent a fortune on washi tapes, but I never used them. That's not really my style. So the best tip I can give you about the supplies is don't fret, let it be, start small with something cheap and basic, and as time goes, you'll know what you'll need and what you'll want. I have a list of bullet journal on the budget supplies, and I will leave it in the description, so if you're wondering about that, just take a look there. seems like we are almost done with my weekly setup. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep bullet journaling and don't be a blob. Bye!